All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Sanford Playoff Basketball. As always, I'm Jeremy Carr, along here with Toby Coker for a quarterfinals game. Sanford with just 3 games to go in their quest for another state championship. Today, they face number 8 seeded Appoquinimink, coming off a 50-42 win over number 24 seeded Mount Pleasant. Sanford coming off a playoff victory versus Del Castle just 3 days ago. Toby, what are you thinking for today?
For today, I think Sanford needs to get Nana the ball because he's the best player and it's very hard to guard him. Appo does have one player, Lorenzo Carrier, who's 6'6", who might be able to play with Nana a little bit down low, but I think if Sanford could just feed Nana and eventually wear down Lorenzo Carrier and eventually get the win that way.
That win against Del Castle we saw on Saturday was about on Tuesday was about as good as you can get for a Sanford victory. Played well all through the game.
They did, and Del Castle was a pretty good team, and Sanford was able to pretty much get whatever shot they wanted to in the second half. If they could carry that over to this game today, they should be in good shape.
Sanford and Appo have not faced yet this year, so again, as was the case with Del Castle and St. George's, an unfamiliar opponent. Sanford not really sure, or not having played them earlier, unable to game plan around past games and just have to go off film, right?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of benefits both teams or doesn't benefit any team, depending on how you want to look at it, that they've never played. It's just, I mean, I'm sure Appo knows that Nana is good, and I'm sure Sanford knows that Lorenzo Carrier on Appo is good. So at this point, it's just going to come down to executing your own plays, and that's pretty much going to determine who wins this game.
Winner of this game will advance to the semifinals to face either number 4 seeded Tower Hill or number 5 seeded Seaford, and we'll try to keep you updated on how that game goes. So Toby, what is the key for Sanford if Nana is not playing, if not dominating the way he usually does? How would they be able to overcome that?
So for Sanford, they need to be able to get scoring from other people. Nana gets like 20 points a game sometimes. You don't need one player to replace 20 points, but if Mo can chip in 10 points and DIAA can chip in 5 points, and Ali can get about 5 or 6, that way Sanford can kind of replace Nana's production. But if they do it with a bunch of people, that way they're going to be more efficient, and if other people are making shots, that's going to leave Nana more open.
And now we'll turn it over to Miss Caitlin Brooks for our pregame announcements, and we'll meet the players.
Good evening. On behalf of the Delaware Interscholastic Athletic Association, we are pleased to welcome you to Sanford School and the 2021 Basketball State Championships. We congratulate the coaches and athletes competing today for their outstanding performance during the regular season and wish all continued success in the state tournament. Today's boys basketball event is being conducted according to the rules of the Delaware Interscholastic Athletic Association. Remember that all fans must wear facial coverings at all times while in the building, and all players, coaches, event staff, and fans must maintain a social distance of 6 feet from anyone other than those living in the same household. The practice of good sportsmanship is one of the primary goals of interscholastic athletics. The coaches and athletes recognize that the decisions of the officials are made in good faith and that they must abide by those rulings. The DIAA hopes you'll enjoy this event and support athletes in your high school in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. The basketball committee would like to thank Wilson for their generous support of the high school athletics in Delaware. The Wilson NCAA Game Ball Solution is the official ball of the DIAA basketball tournament. DIAA also thanks IBO 11 and IBO 129 Officials Association officials, event staff, administrators, athletic directors, and trainers for your service and commitment to Delaware student athletes and interscholastic athletics throughout the regular season and during championships. Today's game will be between the visiting Appoquinimink Jaguars with a record of 13-2 and the home team Sanford Warriors with a record of 13-2. Your Jaguars roster: Lanier Harvey, Jaden Izaskara, Jason Young, Jordan Thompson, Owen Parrish, Khalif Knoll, Christian Barksdale, Nathaniel Burlow, Daniel Nolan, Eric Mathenge. Starting lineup: Jabri Green, Demetrius Lynn Brown, Thomas Vaughn, Charles Bedwell. Lorenzo Carrier. Athletic trainer Jacob Bricker. Statistician Hannah Purse, Stacy Purse. Assistant coaches Artie Elias, Eva Foxwell, Jamar McCray, S.A. Ificado, Jerome Lewis, and head coach Tom Purse. And now, for your Sanford Warriors, Nico McNeil, Nasir Cowan, Nick Thompson, Mo Kana, Porter Kelly, Ollie Jones, Alex Yos, Abuko Wabato, and your starting lineup, Dayon Polk, Amin Johnson, Brandon Dwyer, Nana Joku, Carter Ruby, athletic trainer Carrie Conti and Lisa Daly, assistant coaches Shahid Perkins, Fran Forrest, Ron Parker, Logan Herring, and Matt Wilson, and your head coach, Stan Waterman. From IBO Board 11, Ronnie Abrams, and IBO Board 129, Maurice Parker and Micah Parker. At this time, please remove all headwear and stand for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you and enjoy today's event.
And as always, with that, it's time for some basketball. So Sanford looking to get back to the semifinals after making it there last year before obviously having their season cut short and canceled due to COVID, and the year before making it to the state championship and winning. So I know we're motivated to see them win, and I'll bet they are too.
I'm sure they are. Yeah, they want to get back to the semifinals and finals after the whole situation that happened last year that didn't allow them to finish out their season.
Starters for Appo, number 4, Demetrius Lynn Brown, number 11, Jordan Thompson, number 12, Charles Bedwell, number 14, Lorenzo Carrier, and number 10, Thomas Vaughn. Regular starters for Sanford, Carter Ruby, Dayon Polk, Brandon Dwyer, Amin Johnson, and Nana Njoku. And Appo will get first possession. Into Thompson to take it up, guarded by Johnson. Over to Carrier, guarded by Nana. Now to Lynn Brown. He'll go back over to Thompson, who gets the shot up, doesn't connect. Or back over to Carrier, doesn't connect. Nana the rebound. Johnson to Dwyer. Back to Johnson up top to Dwyer. Corner 3, doesn't take it. Now give it over to Ruby. Inside, Nana, pass doesn't connect, and push is called, so Sanford gets bailed out of a turnover there.
Yeah, on the last offensive possession for Appo, you saw Nana's presence altered the shot. He didn't actually block it, but Carrier thought he had to get the shot up a little sooner than he wanted to just because he knew Nana was there.
So the push was called, and into Johnson, dangerous. Thompson was closing on it, but Amin was able to secure it. Into Ruby at the foul line. He'll drive down the paint, get the shot up short. Rebound for Appo going up is Lynn Brown. Over to Thompson on the left wing, guarded by Ruby. Now over to Vaughn, guarded by Polk. Guarded well by Polk. Now over to Lynn Brown again, guarded by Ruby, and it gets knocked away. Ruby sliding for it. And it will be Sanford possession. Good defensive hustle there from Carter Ruby.
Seems also like, I don't know how that was called a foul. It was a loose ball and they were diving for it.
Foul called on Appo.
Appo's in a 2-3 zone. They're going to try to stay tight to limit the effectiveness of Nana.
Johnson, Dwyer, 3. Rolls in and out. Ruby gets it back and over to Johnson. So still scoreless. Polk will drive down the paint, but the shot up blocked. Going back the other way is Vaughn, guarded by Polk. On the other side to Lynn Brown and to Carrier. Guarded by Ruby on the right wing. Now to the corner, it's Lynn Brown with it. And back to Carrier. Inside goes Bedwell. He gets the shot up and gets the first points of the night off the layup. Appo with a 2-0 lead. Johnson, Polk with it up top. He'll put up the 3, and Dayon Polk hits the back iron on the 3. Ruby fighting for the rebound and connecting it, and another foul called on Appo. So very quickly they are in foul trouble.
Yeah, and I mean, none of the fouls have been like egregious pushes or anything, but just a slight little bit of contact there, and if the ref's right in the spot where you can see it, it's going to get called every time.
Johnson on the left wing with it. Now to Dwyer up top. Back to Johnson. Pass inside. Nana double team. Turns around. Puts up a jump shot long. Coming up with the rebound is Lynn Brown, and then Ruby fouls him.
So on defense, Appo's basically saying we understand that we can't guard Nana with one person, so they're double teaming him and sometimes even triple teaming him, just making it very difficult for him to score down there.
So it really would bank on then Sanford connecting with their shots.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Appo, you're saying Nana's not going to beat us. We're going to make somebody else beat us. And then if someone else beats them, you kind of have to live with that. But if you take away Nana, you kind of have to, you have to live with that.
Carrier, step back, air ball, rebound for Lynn Brown, and he puts it back and in. Appo up 4-0 now. Slow start for Sanford offensively. Down to 5:24 to go in the first. Ruby, drive to the paint, kick to Polk. He'll go to the paint and back out to Johnson. And now he'll go back across to Polk up top, inside. Nana shot it long, but last touch by Appo, so Sanford will have it underneath. And Ebuka Wobodo coming into the game for Carter Ruby. Sanford still looking for their first points of this game.
This is a substitution to try to get more offense in the game for Sanford. As Carter Ruby's a good player, but offense isn't really his game. He's more defense and gets rebounds. So they're putting Ebuka in there to try to get a little bit more offense going.
Into Nana. Double team, back to Dwyer in the corner. He'll go to the wing and shoot it across to Johnson. And now to Polk. He gets the fake and puts the shot up long, air ball. So Sanford is shooting cold to start.
And so if you're Appo, even if Dayon makes that shot, that's a shot you live with because it's a long two-pointer. It's like Sanford's not really going to win if they're shooting long two-pointers. You want to shoot threes or much closer two-pointers.
Now to Wobodo. Sanford down 6-0 now after Lynn Brown hit the shot. Nana with it. Inside. Polk gets the shot up, doesn't get the roll. Possession, Appo. Sanford in unfamiliar territory. And a 5-second violation.
That is maybe the quickest 10 seconds in the history of the world. That was quick. That was a very quick 10 seconds.
So it will be Sanford possession after the 10-second violation. Kona with it on the left wing. He's made some big shots for Sanford this season. Back to Johnson up top. And he will think about trying a three from the wing, but he's guarded well. Johnson dishes to Wobodeau. He takes a dribble, puts the layup up, and there's Sanford's first points on a drive and layup by Ebuka Wobodeau. Thompson guarded by Johnson. He'll drive inside and almost lose the ball. Get it back. Kona fighting for it. And a foul is called on Sanford.
Well, so if we've learned one thing, it's the refs are going to call fouls this game. Well, just on defense, you know, if that happens, you just can't reach. You got to play defense with your feet, not with your hands.
And now we'll get a timeout called. Sanford down 6-2 with 3:23 to go in the first. And if they want to win this game, they need to get some offense going.
Yeah, the defense has been pretty good, but on offense, they need to move the ball around more and that's how you're going to get open shots against this zone. You're not really going to be able to dribble through a zone. But if you pass the ball around, eventually the zone's going to open up and you're going to be able to find Nana or get an open shot.
Fortunately, the deficit only 4 points and still over 27 minutes to go in the game, so.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for Sanford. And, you know, they've been a little discombobulated offensively, and it hasn't really flowed. On defense, they've been playing really well. They've only held Appo to 6, which is pretty good defensive.
But this is not the first slow start we've seen from Sanford this year.
It's not, but no, I mean this has happened before.
Nana with the steal.
That
could get him going, and Nana loses it now to Wobodeau down the lane. He gets the layup up, and it doesn't connect. So the turnover goes for naught. Lynn Brown with it. Picks up his dribble. Out to Carrier. He'll go to the paint, and he'll draw the foul. So what looked like sure points for Sanford on a furious dunk, and Nana just wasn't able to get the handle on it.
Yeah, I mean, Nana's, for as good as he is dribbling, is not his game. But even then, you know, I'm sure he wishes he had that one back.
Carrier on the line for 2 free throws. First one is good. The second one connects as well, so Appo's lead back up to 6 as we approach the 3-minute mark in the first. Johnson with it in the right corner. Inside, Nana at the low post. Gets it back out to Kona, to Dwyer. He'll put up a 3 from the wing. Yes! Brandon Dwyer from downtown, and did Sanford need that one? Carrier to Thompson. Guarded by Johnson. Up top, over on the left wing, Lynn Brown to Carrier. Back to Lynn Brown in the corner. He'll go baseline. Pass over, stolen by Johnson. Sanford going up quickly on the other end. Johnson to Dwyer, to Kona. He'll put up a corner 3. Doesn't connect. Wobodeau the rebound. He'll take a dribble, turn around, and his shot is blocked. And now almost turned over again, but coming up with it is Carrier. Over to Thompson. He'll go baseline again. And now over to Bedwell, who gets the layup. And what was the call here?
I'm not quite sure what the call was.
Couldn't have been a 5-second violation because offense didn't have the ball for 5 seconds. I didn't see it. Did you?
I have no idea what that was.
Well, regardless, Sanford will have it. Johnson to Dwyer up top. Now to Kona. He'll go cross-court pass to Dwyer on the left wing, and he'll put up a three. Dwyer again! Brandon Dwyer with 2 perfect threes has cut the Sanford deficit to 2. Lynn Brown over to Thompson on the left wing. Thompson will go to the paint, almost loses it, dishes over, putting the the jump shot up and connecting is Nolan. So back up to a 4-point lead for Appo. Johnson over to Kona up top to Dwyer. Try it again. Yes, sir! Brandon Dwyer with 3 3-pointers has kept Sanford in this game.
He really has, yeah. And I mean, that shot was guarded pretty well too.
Going stolen. Mo Kona and called for the double dribble.
I mean, it looked like he could have been. That's one of like the few double dribbles that a coach isn't terribly mad at, because the first dribble was when Mo hit the ball as he got the steal, and then he picked it up and dribbled it again. So that's, I mean, the refs have been calling that kind of stuff all game, so that's a decent one.
Driving and getting fouled is Thompson. No, they called an offensive foul.
They called a travel.
A travel?
Seemed like he didn't have the ball. So anyway, Sanford will take that easily.
Let's go, Sanford. Kona with it on the left wing.
They're probably going to hold for one shot. If I had to guess, they'd probably try to run a play for Brandon, but that's just me.
Down to 25 seconds in the first quarter. Possession Sanford. Now Sanford will continue to run it down.
Oh, there's a screen for Brandon.
Over to Kona. He'll go baseline. Dish back outside. Ruby, who loses it. And now quickly up the other way. 1 second. Getting the shot up and not connecting is Thompson. And that will end the first quarter. Sanford down 12-11. Not able to capitalize on the last possession. They turned it over. And they will go into the second quarter down 1.
So for Sanford, they need to try to find some other offense other than Brandon shooting threes, because so far he has 9 points and the rest of the team combined has 2 points. So they got to try to find a way to get Nana involved. Appo, I mean, give Appo credit. They're doing a good job of making it hard for Nana to get easy baskets, because he usually gets a few easy baskets just on offensive rebounds. But Sanford needs to find someone else to give them some offense, whether that's Mo or Dayon, but someone else has got to step up and make some shots.
Appo, unlike other teams we faced, does have a little bit of height to perhaps combat Nana. 2 players, Burlew and Nolan, standing at 6'7", plus Carrier at 6'6".
Yeah, and they're doing a good job of, they understand that one of these players can't guard Nana one-on-one, but 2 of them can slow Nana down. So what they're doing is they're pretty much not letting Nana catch the ball. They're having one person get in front of Nana and one person slide behind him, so that you can't, it's almost impossible to get him the ball. And good for Sanford for not forcing it into Nana and getting easy turnovers, because, I mean, if it's not there, if Nana's double teamed, that means somebody else is open.
And somebody else would need to step up, and so far Brandon Dwyer has done just that.
100%.
Players retaking the floor. Harvey entered the game for Appo. Johnson to Ruby on the right wing. Now to Polk in the corner. Inside, Nana tipped away, and they called a foul, I believe, on Carrier. They called the push on Carrier, yes. And
so that play there, Appo seemed to run a little man, and Sanford ran a play called 4 round, where it's basically 4 players around Nana, and they're trying to get Nana the ball.
Well, Well, there's Nana there, turning around, putting the shot up, blocked. Now going down is Bedwell. He gets it taken away by Nana, up to Ruby quickly. Now to Polk. Sanford with a chance. Polk is fouled hard. No, they called the offensive foul.
Yeah, Polk went in there a little out of control. Good defense, though, by Apple to draw the foul.
Taking it up is Vaughn. Over to Bedwell and to Harvey. He'll spin around and be called for the travel, so Sanford will get it back. Johnson working with it on the right wing. He'll go to the paint and dish to Polk on the left side. Inside Nana again. He's been defended well. He gets the ball up and it connects, and Sanford has their first lead of the night. As Nana finally gets his first points. Over to Nolan. He'll put up a three, and that is short, but coming up with the rebound is Bedwell, and the floater connects for him. Appo's back in front. Now up to Nana, and it's just long. Another turnover for Sanford.
Yeah, as you can see, that's one of those turnovers that's an unforced turnover. Appo's defense didn't really cause that turnover. That was just Sanford causing it. And that's what gets a coach mad, is when a team basically forces themselves into an unnecessary turnover.
Lynn Brown, guarded by Ruby. Over to Vaughn. And slapped away by Polk, but it will stay with Sanford. And checking into the game is Owen Parrish for Demetrius Lynn Brown. In with it is Vaughn. And he picks up his dribble. Polk knocks it away. Another chance. Polk going up, and the shot is blocked from behind by Vaughn. Parrish down the lane. Pass over. Three for Harvey. Does not connect. Rebound Parrish. Takes a dribble, almost loses it. Now gets it away to Nolan. And he'll try again from deep, and air ball from the big man from out. To Dwyer. Try it again. It's worked before. Not this time. And coming up with the rebound is Vaughn, going back the other way. Polk went down. Over and step back three, short, and getting the rebound is Nolan. That one doesn't connect. Nana gets the rebound and still fighting for it.
That's definitely, I don't know how it's not a foul on Nana. He just...
Johnson, count it! Plus the foul.
As the Apple coach wants a foul on Nana down on the offensive end, and it kind of looked like he maybe had a point. I don't know, Nana's just so much bigger than everyone that whenever he boxes them out, they fall down. So it might have been a foul, might not have been.
Johnson at the line after making a great play to drive and get the and one. 5:37 to go in the half. Sanford up 15-14, and with Johnson's free throw that does not connect, it will stay at 15-14. Thompson taking it up, guarded by Johnson now. Kona and Wobodo back into the game. Parrish hits the back iron, and Ebuka gets the rebound. Johnson taking it up. Over to Kona on the left wing. He'll give back to Johnson. He'll go to the top, drive to the paint, pass inside. Ebuka slapped away, will stay with Sanford. Coming back into the game is Demetrius Lynn Brown. Into Ruby and to Johnson up top at the 5-minute mark. To Dwyer. Does not try the corner three, gives back to Johnson. And now he will give it over to Kona on the left wing, back to Johnson up top. Inside Ruby, passes to Wobodo, tipped up in the air, coming up with his Appo. Demetrius Lynn Brown going back the other way. Another turnover for Sanford. Thompson guarded by Johnson. He'll pass back across. And putting up the three is Bedwell. And that one connects, and Appo's back in front by 2. Johnson, Dwyer, Ruby, will baseline. Stop, turn around, put the layup up. Game is tied.
Sanford got away with the travel on that play.
Thompson, guarded by Johnson. 4 minutes to go. The game is tied at 17. Lynn Brown with it in the corner. Thought about the three, didn't take it. Now he'll go baseline, guarded by Kona. Gets the shot up and a nice play off the glass by Lynn Brown. Johnson will go inside and dish back to Ruby, who takes a dribble, gets the layup up and draws the foul, and he'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's tough when the ref's blocking the point of view. It happens.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they have to be on the court. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's not really their fault. It's just
no.
Just kind of bad luck all around.
So we're not doing a halftime interview? No interview.
As Ruby made the first, shoots the second.
And that
no
one
good.
Does not connect. So Sanford will stay down 1. 3:24 to go. Over to Parrish, guarded by Dwyer. Back across Thompson, guarded by Kona. Thompson will drive and he called for the offensive foul.
2 refs calling 2 different fouls, so I don't know who did what. Did they call that offensive?
They called it an offensive foul.
I mean, Sanford will definitely take that call. It was.
So Sanford will have possession as we approach the 3-minute mark. Sanford down 19-18 to Wobodeau. Inside, Nana not able to get the handle. Pass was low. Parrish coming up with it and getting it over to Thompson. Now Thompson will kick back out to Carrier, who does not take the three and loses the ball. Wobodeau coming up with it. Sanford with a chance on the fast break. Wobodeau going up, block. Nana the rebound. He slams it.
That's why you run the floor as a big man. You get a lot of easy layups like that, or dunks in Nana's case.
Thompson going over to Lynn Brown, back out to Bedwell. Bedwell to Carrier, guarded by Nana. And he'll go inside and get the shot up short. Rebound by Lynn Brown. And he'll go to the corner and lose the ball, get it back. Inside to Carrier, who turns around, gets the shot up, air ball. Kona, Dwyer, corner 3, try it again, short. Wobodeau the rebound, back out to Johnson. And get a timeout from Coach Waterman. Sanford finally starting to get some offense going in this second quarter, and with 1:58 to go in the second quarter, they are up 20-19 and in the bonus for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, Sanford's played much better this half or this quarter. They've been able to get the ball moving and get up the court and score quickly. The Appo coach is just screaming at the refs. He may or may not have a point. Like, it's kind of hard for us to see all the fouls, but there definitely seem to be some fouls that aren't called. But I don't know, if I were him, I'd watch out. He brought the ref over into his huddle and started yelling at him. That seems like a pretty easy way to get a tech.
So, on the defensive end, Sanford started off strong, but Appo's been able to get some good shots up. What are you thinking there?
They have. I mean, I think for Sanford, it's all about communication, right? Because they have the players to do it, but defense is a lot about you got to talk, you got to communicate, because you got to know where everybody on your team is and everybody on the other team, so that you don't end up accidentally double teaming, because that's dangerous when you accidentally double team and then someone else is wide open. So they just got to talk more, communicate, and they'll be fine. They'll get that sorted out at halftime. That's something that coach will talk to them about.
So Sanford possession. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half. Johnson taking it up. Over to Kona on the right wing. And then a 3-second violation called on Sanford.
The Apple bench has been screaming for that the entire game. And I mean, that's just one where I'm sure it happens to Nana Fairmount, because he just goes down into the paint and tries to post up a lot. That's one that a coach can kind of live with, because they're running the play too.
Carrier to Lynn Brown, guarded by Dwyer on the left wing. 1:30 now on the clock. Over to Harvey. He will stop and pass back over to Bedwell, who shot does not connect, but it was a nice pass. Johnson to Dwyer. Now back to Johnson. He'll have it up top. Over to Kona. Thought about a three, gave it inside to Nana. Into Wobodo now, who loses it, and keeping it in is Harvey. Great play there, and pass up to Bedwell. Connects to put Appo back in front with 50 seconds to go. Out to Wobodo. He'll drive inside. Get the layup up and in. Ebuka Wobodo putting on a bit of a performance here this game. And Johnson almost stealing it, not able to come up with it. Thompson gets it over to Harvey, who will go back across, and that will be either out of bounds or a backcourt, and it will be Sanford ball.
This is exactly the type of game Apple wants to play, though, because Sanford is much better when they're moving fast and in transition, and Apple's kind of slowing it down. Apple's got a bunch of turnovers, but they're dead ball turnovers, so Sanford has to take it in from out of bounds and can't go quickly, so that's fine. The ball...
But how about Ebuka coming off the bench and making some plays?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a good player for them all year. He's a pretty good player.
Dwyer into Polk in the corner. Back to Johnson. Sanford will likely hold for the last shot now, as we're at 20 seconds in the half, and Sanford has a 1-point lead. Johnson over to Polk. Back across other side. Dwyer, he can't get the handle on it, and now Sanford will be called for the backcourt with 1.9 seconds to go. Appo will have enough time to get a shot off. And Coach Waterman is furious with what just happened on that play.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the part that he's most mad about is not the fact that Sanford didn't score, it's the fact that they gave Appo a decent chance to get a three-pointer in before the end of the half.
Carrier's three-pointer does not connect, so Sanford catches a break there and will go into the half with a slim 1-point, 22-21 lead.
Yeah.
So, Toby, what did you think of that first half for Sanford?
I think Sanford is kind of lucky to be up one at this stage. On defense they've been good, but on offense they just haven't been able to get any flow going. It's been kind of a choppy game. They haven't been able to get anything going. They haven't been able to get into a rhythm. The only person who really got into a rhythm was Brendan Dwyer for a little bit there in the first quarter. But after that, they haven't really been able to get any consistent offense going. And they're kind of lucky that Appo's having the same problems. Appo's playing well defensively, but they're not able to get any offense going. And, I feel like coming out of the half, these first 4 or 5 minutes are going to be important to see if one team can go on a run.
All right, and what do you think of the high number of turnovers by the Sanford offense that we've seen?
I think so. Some of them have been like unforced turnovers where it's basically Sanford is trying to make the great play and turning it over when they could just make the easy pass. But a lot of credit has to be given to Appo's defense as they've been able to kind of shut down Nana. I believe he only has 2 points, and that was on an offensive rebound. And the only person they haven't really been able to guard is Brandon Dwyer, and he's got 9 points. But other than that, like, they're kind of making it really hard for Sanford to run any sets offensively. Sanford needs to try to run a set and get going in that.
So this game far from over, just a 1-point game, and we will be back in a few minutes for the second half.
Hi, I'm Brianna McCoy. I am English Department Chair and a teacher of Senior English here at Sanford. I am here today to talk to you about 2 great opportunities for summer school classes that will help students prepare for college. The first of those is the test prep classes that we offer. We offer an SAT class and an ACT class. We cover both test-taking strategies, tips that can help students find their way through the passages and make their way through the problems in an effective manner. And we cover the basics for the verbal section, the math section, and in the case of the ACT, the science section. The second class I'm talking to you about today is a special debut this year. It is our college essay workshop. I'm really excited about it. It's a great opportunity for our students to get in the mindset of what they're going to write about for their college essay. So one of the things that we'll cover in the class is writing skills specifically. So we'll talk about using really good vivid language and having a really good grammar foundation and just making sure that the writing itself is as strong as it could be. And we'll do that through practicing and skills drills and also reading good examples of good writing. The second thing we'll talk about is what to even write about in the college essay. I know this is often a concern for students. So we'll go through kind of a brainstorming process and talk about what makes a good college essay. And of course, they'll get lots of good one-on-one time with their teacher, which in this case happens to be me. So I hope you'll consider these awesome college preparation summer school classes and that I see you this summer. Thanks, bye. Hi, I'm Brianna McCoy. I am English Department Chair and a teacher of Senior English here at Sanford. I am here today to talk to you about 2 great opportunities for summer school classes that will help students prepare for college. The first of those
protecting our community, teaching our students on campus, delivering a strong college prep program, and giving our families flexibility. Those were our top priorities as we prepared to open school in September, and they continue to be critical in our changing and uncertain world. Operating Sanford successfully this year has required us to make significant investments. Today, enhanced technology, health and safety equipment, facility modifications, and additional personnel are not nice to have. They're essential to keeping our community healthy and our students learning. Every Sanford student's experience is important. And whether our students learn on campus or at home, we are committed to ensuring that no talent lies latent. You can help us remain Sanford strong for our students by making a gift to the annual fund. The annual fund supports the people and programs that make Sanford special no matter what we may be facing. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Sanford stepped up for our students and for our community. Will you step up for Sanford?
Monique was a 2-time National Player of the Year, high school basketball player here at Sanford. I think one of the all-time leading scorers in girls basketball. Went on to have a prolific career at the University of Virginia and even played professionally. Was drafted WNBA before an injury ended her career. Walter Davis, perhaps the most famous of all the athletes that you have mentioned on this list, one of the NBA 50 all-time greatest. I think the thing that's different with Walter is that he was only here at Sanford for 1 year. He was here for his senior years.
Speaking of that, here's number 6, Walter Davis. Not so bad himself. Got his man in the air and went with a shot through the foul line.
Paris Waterman, obviously I'm biased because that's my daughter, the namesake. And when I think about Paris being a multiple sport athlete, first team All-State in 3 sports in her senior year, basketball, lacrosse, and field hockey, was the Delaware 2007 High School Athlete of the Year. Went on to play lacrosse at Brown University, made the U.S. National Lacrosse team, played varsity basketball at Brown University. So when I think about an athlete, if I'm thinking multiple sports, Paris certainly is in consideration. Trevor Cooney, one of my all-time favorites, 5-year varsity starter here at Sanford. Played basketball as an 8th grader as a starter. Won back-to-back championships in his senior year. And then scholarship player at Syracuse University. Has been NCAA tournament Final Four. Also played on the USA 18 under national team, so he's played a little bit internationally. He's had an outstanding basketball career. Is the all-time leading scorer for boys basketball at Sanford. Will Sheridan, again, Will was a Delaware State Player of the Year, class of 2002, I think if I remember correctly. Played on state championship team here and then on to Villanova University where he played for 4 years. Was a big part of that team at Villanova, team captain. They got to the Elite Eight. Had a great run in the NCAA tournament in his final year.
Katie Compton was a highly conditioned athlete while here at Sanford, and she was on the U.S. National Viking team. I wasn't here when Jackie was a student athlete here, but she was a highly accomplished athlete here, went on to play in college, went on to do great things in lacrosse coaching worldwide, not just in the United States, but worldwide. Cindy Dwan was one of the most successful girls tennis players in state history. She won 5 first single state titles, first being an 8th grader, and then again as 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grader.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back for half number 2 of quarterfinal basketball. Sanford with a 1-22-21 lead over Appo, as we mentioned. Struggling a bit offensively, playing a bit of a sloppy game, you might say, but Brandon Dwyer and the defense have picked them up.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to have to win a game. If you're Sanford, you're going to have to win a game where your offense doesn't really do a ton. This might be one of those games where you're going to have to pick it up defensively and run a bunch of plays for Brandon to try to get shots, because outside of Brandon, they've scored 13 points that haven't been from Brandon. So they got to try to find just another person, one other person to even just make a couple shots. It doesn't need to be, you don't need someone else to go score 30 and a half. You just need them to score like 6 or 7. And that way, the more people that make the open shots will open up easy passes into Nana for his scoring opportunities.
To give you an update, at the end of the first half, Tower Hill is up 30-16 on Seaford. Winner of that game will take on the winner of this game, so we'll watch that closely. And Sanford Appo will get first possession. Over to Lynn Brown to Carrier in the corner. Inside, Bedwell gets the shot up, tested well by Ruby in a fight for it. Now blocked, but they called a foul on Ruby.
Should have definitely been a foul on the first one, but I mean, at least they got it right eventually.
shouldn't have come to that. Sanford forced the missed shot, and then now we'll get a bench warning called on Appo.
I didn't even know we had. I don't know what the next one is. Their coach is mad and he kind of has a point. I want Sanford. Coach has a point. I don't really want to go back.
First free throw doesn't connect for Carrier. And Carrier goes 1 for 2 from the line, and the game is tied. Johnson working with it over to Ruby up top. Will go inside to Nana. He'll take a dribble, turn around, put the shot up. There it goes. 24 to 22 now. Thompson, guarded by Johnson. He'll kick back out to Bedwell. Does not take the shot. Now over to Carrier. Carrier will drive down the lane and pass to Bedwell. Get the shot up off the glass. It's good. Tied once again. Quickly, Johnson up to Polk on the left wing. Back to Ruby. He'll go down the lane. Give inside Nana. Turn around, put the shot up. Does not get the roll. So possession Appo. Over to now working with it and putting the shot up, not in connecting, and fighting for the rebound as Parrish gets it out to Carrier. Carrier from three-point land does not connect. And the foul is called on Ruby over the top, I believe.
That was a great pass out by Owen Parrish because his angle, like he had to do kind of a no-look pass thing. I know the shot didn't go, I just love it. That was pretty impressive.
Sanford 2 fouls in the first minute 17 of this half. In the Carrier, Thompson swing it around. Lynn Brown, corner 3 for Parrish is long, air ball. Ebuka the rebound, Johnson up to Polk. He's got it on the right corner into Nana. Double team down low. He'll give to Wobodo, who's open, gets under a man and gets the layup. 26 to 24. Thompson guarded by Johnson. These two have guarded each other well all night. And Thompson will get through the lane and get the shot up, and it will bounce around and not go in. Dwyer the rebound, Johnson taking it up. And go into the paint, pass to Wobodo, long, and it's off his hand and out of bounds. So another unforced turnover for Sanford.
Yeah, and that's one where I think Amin's got to understand that.
Ebuka's not expecting that pass at that time because they were running a play. So that's kind of, like, it's a great find by Amin, but he's got to understand that Ebuka's not looking for the ball in that scenario.
And Carrier getting the dime pass and dunking it.
If you want to get Coach Waterman angry, throw a pass through the whole defense for an easy dunk. That's a pretty good way to get him angry.
Yep. And inside, pass doesn't connect, looking for Nana. Parrish with it.
How is that not a foul?
And he'll stop and give over to Lynn Brown, who gets the shot up and draws the foul. So that will put Lynn Brown on the line. Not a great start for Sanford to the second half.
No, it's been kind of sloppy, but like the game's had a better game flow to it, but it's just hasn't been. There's been a lot of unforced turnovers on both sides here.
First free throw connects for Lynn Brown to give Appo their first lead of the half. And the second one does not connect. Carrier gets the offensive rebound, so extra possession for Appo. Parrish driving layup doesn't connect and tipped back in by Lynn Brown. Johnson up fast in the corner. Into Nana, tipped away. Polk secures it. So Sanford avoids the turnover. Polk. Turnaround, put back is good.
There we go. Sanford needs that. They need to get Dayon going offensively.
And now turnover, Polk, good defense. Sanford with a chance to go back in front. Polk will draw the foul and head to the line for 2. So a good couple of plays from Dayon Polk here.
Yeah, he's brought some good energy into this team. So even when he's not scoring, he's doing good things. But now Sanford kind of needs him to score.
.4:53 to go in the third. Sanford down 1. Make it tied. Polk connects on the first one. And Ollie Jones comes into the game for his first minute, subbing in for Brandon Dwyer. Polk goes 2 for 2 from the line to put Sanford back in front by 1. Now quickly up to Carrier. He'll give over to Lynn Brown. And now to Bedwell. Back across. Thompson is called for, was that a double dribble call? Or I couldn't see the ref.
I believe it was a double dribble. It might have been like a carry on a palm over, but it looks like Sanford's trying to full court press Apple a little bit on defense.
Well, it worked there. Johnson to Wobodeau. Inside, Nana takes a dribble, turns around, gets the shot blocked and goes out of bounds, so it'll stay with Sanford.
That was great defense there by Owen Parrish to go in and knock the ball out and not foul.
And Johnson securing dangerous passes. Thompson close now out to Polk. He'll drive and pass out to Johnson. And back to Polk. He'll put up a corner 3. Short. Carrier secures it. And going quickly down the other way, down the paint, knocked away by Jones. Ollie Jones, pass to Polk. Got it! Dayon Polk on the beautiful bounce pass from Ollie Jones puts Sanford up 3. And that one gets the Sanford bench excited, and it gets us excited too. Thompson to Parrish, it hits off of him. Miscommunication, turnover. Sanford ball. And a timeout called by Tom Purse of Appo. And Sanford suddenly has the momentum.
They do, yeah. This last 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the third quarter is crucial for Appo if they want to stay in this game, because right now it's looking like Sanford could break away and take a commanding lead, but you know, this game has been kind of choppy. So, I mean, Appo, they're still only down 3. Like, Sanford has all the momentum, and it feels like they're down more, but they are only down 3 points. So, they just need to get one stop and an easy layup, and all of a sudden, they'll feel like they're right back in the game.
Biggest point differential so far this game was when it was just 6 points when Appo was up 8-2 early. Since then, it's been all very close and very even.
It has been, and I think once you get this late in the playoffs, the majority of the games are going to be close, because you know, to get this far, you got to be a pretty good team. So you know, there's no team really lucking their way into the quarterfinals. So you know, for Sanford, you kind of got to expect us the rest of the way to have close games against good teams.
So Sanford will have it, 3:46 to go in the third, up 32-29. Over to Ollie Jones. To Dwyer up top. Try again from deep. Bounces in and out. Wobodeau fighting for the rebound, and the jump ball is called, and it will be Sanford ball. Nice play to fight for the offensive rebound by Ebuka there.
Yeah, that was. I mean, offensive rebounds are a good way to get extra possessions in this game.
Dwyer, bounce pass, Ollie Jones is open, layup goes. 34-29. Let's see what Sanford can do here. Harvey drives. Offensive foul! Wobodeau drawing another one, and that is a big, 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 big stop for the Sanford defense.
That's huge because now if Sanford scores again, that puts all the game pressure back on Appo. But, you know, Appo, their bench is trying to get in it. Appo's still only down 5 points in the third quarter. Like, there's still plenty of time for them to come back.
Dwyer. Hot shooting in the first quarter has gone cold since, but it hasn't really mattered as Sanford's been able to generate offense elsewhere. Johnson over to Nana, who's outside and inside to Epica, gets the shot up, does not get the roll, fighting for the rebound, can't come up with it. Harvey does, and it's kicked out of bounds by Johnson.
That was good by Amin though, just to stop the break and slow it down.
Into Lynn Brown. Guarded by Dwyer on the left wing. He'll give it over to Carrier. Carrier drives. Shot does not connect. Rebound Epica. Johnson going fast the other way. Cross to Nana, who pass was high, trying for a lob dunk, can't connect. And Bedwell all alone slams it at the other end. Now Johnson going quickly back the other way. And we'll give down the lane to Epica, can't secure it. And a double dribble is called.
What is it?
And the Appo bench is furious.
As they should be. That's an awful call, but Sanford will take it.
And Sanford escapes danger there.
Yeah, I mean, even the Sanford coaches all wondered how on earth that was a foul, or a double dribble.
To Ollie Jones, inside, Nana. Put up a jumper, yes. Lynn Brown, taking it up, guarded by Dwyer, under 2 minutes, over to Carrier. From the high post,
Yeah, he traveled
and
there.
he's called for a travel now. Unforced turnovers for Appo. And they can't believe it.
Yeah, that one was actually a travel, but
Yeah, I
still.
saw that too.
Yeah.
Johnson on the left wing, over to Wobodeau, who is outside, and 3-second violation called on Nana.
I mean,
Several unforced turnovers this game.
yeah, there's been a lot of them, and on both sides, they've only combined to score 67 points, and that's not a lot at this late in the third quarter.
Thompson over, and Harvey secures it. Now give back over to Thompson, who will try from deep, doesn't connect, and no one is able to out-rebound Nana. 120, Sanford possession again. Johnson to Wobodeau, inside, Nana slapped away. Appo possession, Bedwell going up fast. Down the lane, Euro step, rolls out, and Bedwell fighting for the rebound. Last touched as it goes out of bounds. Sanford will get it back. So Appo getting chances offensively to cut back into this deficit, and the Sanford defense just stiffening when it needs to.
Yeah, but I mean, Apple looks kind of deflated. They're down 5 points with a minute left of the third quarter. They still got plenty of time in this game.
Now Nana with it. He'll put up a jump shot, and that one connects. Nana shooting and connecting. 38-31 now. Carrier with it up top. Over to Harvey. He'll try from deep, long air ball. Johnson saves it from going out of bounds. Sanford possession. 25 seconds. Ollie Jones going inside, passing Nana. Gets the shot up, count it, plus the foul. Oh my goodness! Nana Njoku getting the layup to go and heading to the line for the N1 opportunity here with 19.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Sanford has extended their lead to 9.
Yeah, this is big. That was a big little run at the end of the quarter for Sanford. As they're now this game is getting kind of out of reach for Appo.
I think Appo just looks upset with the number of calls that have gone against them.
Yeah, and kind of rightfully so. I mean, the refs have been awful, but I mean, you still got to play. Like at this point in the game, you know the refs stink, so you gotta play knowing that.
They do not stink. It's just a few controversial calls.
Yeah.
But it's okay because Sanford is now up 10, and that will get a timeout from Coach Waterman.
So now I would expect Sanford to run some kind of press, not necessarily to go for a turnover or a steal per se, but just to kind of run down the clock because there's 19 seconds left here.
So Sanford putting together with so far, keep in mind there's still 19.4 seconds to go, a 19-point third quarter as opposed to Appo, who has scored just 10.
Yeah, but I mean, even for Appo here, it's 19.5 seconds left. If they could get down and score, you know, maybe a 3, cut it down to 7 going into the fourth quarter, that's not a terrible spot to be in. As you know, if they made a shot here, they'd get some momentum going. Then they come out in the fourth quarter, get a stop and a score, and they'd be right back in this game. So there's still plenty of time left for them to make a run here.
So you think Appo will hold for the last shot?
I'd assume so, unless they could get an easy 3 like that.
And Parrish had the easy 3, but it was short. So now Sanford might have the last shot. Ollie Jones getting it out to Polk, and they will. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Polk, step back jumper, no good. That will end the third quarter. Sanford has given themselves some breathing room. 41-31 now with just 8 minutes to go in this quarterfinal game.
They have, yeah, they played well, especially towards the end of that third quarter. They really started to separate and get the ball down low, and Nana scored a bunch of points in the end of that quarter to really help Sanford get their lead back up to 10. But, you know, Appo's still in this game, and 10-point leads in a quarter, like, that's an attainable feat to outscore a team by 10 in one quarter. So, you know,
Sanford just outscored them by 9 in the third quarter.
Yeah, so that's just one more free throw, and you're right there. So, I mean, Sanford needs to keep playing well on defense, and on defense, you're gonna play well on defense, and that's gonna lead to easy transition baskets on offense.
I know it's been kind of a closer game than we're used to, but this has been fun to watch, man.
It has been, yeah. These close games are almost more fun to watch than the blowout games.
Because like every play it means something more.
It does, yeah. And, you know, you see, you know, really for Sanford, who they need to go to at the end of a game scenario. In the regular season, you don't have to as much. But now, you know, it's crunch time. I'd assume they're going to just try to feed Nana the ball.
Appo possession to start the fourth. Over to Harvey with it on the left wing. Cross to Thompson. And back over to Harvey. He secures it into Lynn Brown. Tipped away by Ruby. Good defense there. Last touch by Ruby, so it will be Appo possession. into Harvey. Double teamed, loses the ball. Ruby comes up with it. Timely turnover by the Sanford, forced by the Sanford defense. Johnson with it, guarded by Harvey. And Johnson goes down, foul is called on Harvey. Fortunately, he should be okay. So much more clean third quarter in terms of the number of fouls we've seen.
For sure, yeah. And I think that one was just like that was accidental. I don't think number 0, Lanier Harvey, was trying to trip. I mean, as Carter has the ball up to Nana by the 3-point lines. Yeah, if you're Apple, that's where you want him.
Polk from deep, nothing but net. Dayon Polk for 3. Sanford lead is up to 13. Over to Bedwell. He'll go inside, blocked by Nana. And tipped away, Johnson secures it.
As a
oh my goodness, it's going well now.
Yeah.
Ruby over to Nana. On the foul line, he has it knocked away, but Polk getting it back. And now he'll give back to Nana and over to Dwyer on the other side and to Ruby, and they'll reset up top. Johnson to Ruby on the right wing. And back to Johnson, as looked like the play was kind of disrupted because Nana fell down. Johnson off the Ruby screen will go to the baseline. Put back layup goes.
And at this stage of the game, Sanford was perfectly content to run some time off the clock there before they scored. They're in no rush.
Thompson over to Harvey with it on the right wing. If Appo were to make a shot, they need it now. Thompson over to Lynn Brown, knocked away, knocked out of bounds, last touch by Ruby. Defense coming together, as we've noted.
Yeah, and I mean, for Sanford, their offense starts with the defense. As you can see, as Owen Parrish checks into the game, everybody on the team yells shooter, and that way they know, all right, this guy's their shooter, so watch out for him when he's got an open look at a 3.
Thompson gets under Johnson, will put up a floater that will not connect, or will roll in and out. Lynn Brown getting the rebound, getting the shot up, and he draws the foul. Almost got in for the N1, but rolled out, so he'll head to the line for 2.
That was a nice offensive rebound there by him.
First free throw is perfect from Lynn Brown. Second shot does not connect. Nana gets the rebound, so Lynn Brown goes 1 for 2 from the line. Johnson.
Sanford's going to run their little flex offense. So this is what they run when they're kind of in a funk scoring.
Over to Johnson. Now to Ruby on the right wing. And Johnson goes down. We've seen a few of those happen on this possession, and now we'll get a foul called on Appo.
What did they just call?
A push on Thompson. So it will be Sanford possession. Ruby to inbound into Johnson. 5 minutes to go. Johnson to Polk. He'll go to the corner. Bounce pass, Nana inside. He turns around, takes a dribble, gets the layup to go. Can't do it much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, eventually Apple's going to have to start guarding him.
Into Carrier. Pass across. Parrish from deep. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Parrish from the corner. Johnson, full court press here. Polk gets it up to Ruby. And a push foul is called by Appo. So we had some contact there.
As it's still just a 13-point game, not completely unreachable here for Apple with 4 minutes to go.
No, not at all. Johnson to Ruby on the right wing. Inside, Nana tipped away right back to Johnson, so close call there.
Yeah, and I mean, that could be a turning point in this game. If Apple doesn't come back, you could have been like, oh, looked like they had a turnover there, but they didn't quite.
And his feet were on the line as Vaughn was going for the rebound there. So it will stay with Sanford.
Yes.
Into Ruby to Johnson. Into Nana. Turns around, puts the layup up, and it gets the roll. Nana turning it on here late.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, it's kind of tough for Apple to stop Nana this late in the game. You know, at first they were able to do it, but over the game, we just kind of wore them down, and now they're tired.
Pass intercepted by Polk on the cross-court attempt. And now Sanford can run down a lot of clock with this possession if they play it right. Ruby to Polk in the corner, into Nana. And stolen away and going down is Lynn Brown. So it will be possession for Appo. Over to Parrish. He'll turn around and go in.
That could have been an offensive foul on a hook there as Owen Parrish was driving. He kind of wrapped his hand around the defender and used that to propel himself forward.
And a timeout called by Appo as Sanford has just dominated for a majority of the latter half of the third quarter and for most of this fourth quarter.
They really haven't. And it started with their defense. And when you get stops on defense, that leads to easy runouts and easy points on offense. And then once you do that, you get the offense going in more of a rhythm, and you're able to just have more confidence next time down the court.
So just 2 minutes and 54 seconds left in the game. A 15-point lead for Sanford. And they have just played so well in the paint these last few minutes. That's what's really stuck out to me.
They have, yeah. They've dominated in the paint and defensively in the second half. They've kind of shut down whenever Appo's had a little run going, Sanford's just kind of shut it down and gone on a run on their own.
So to give you an update, Tower Hill up 48-20 over Seaford with just 6:45 to go in that game. So that will be the likely opponent of the winner here.
And Tower Hill and Sanford played 2 close games this year, so it's not a given win for Sanford either.
Carrier with it at the foul line, gives out to Lynn Brown on the right wing. He'll go inside, good defense by Ruby, and he's called for the travel.
That did not look at all like a travel, but
Johnson taking it up. And Polk and Johnson exchanging passes on the full court press. Johnson gets it over to Ruby. Both teams in the penalty for the remainder of the game. Now to Polk in the right corner to Ruby. Swing it around, back out to Johnson up top. And to Jones on the other side. Sanford just running out clock now. Back to Ruby. And back to Johnson.
That could have been offensive.
Back to Ruby. Over to Nana. High post jump shot. Nothing but net for Nana.
He can shoot a little bit. He's got a nice shot.
And in all likelihood now, after a strong third and fourth quarter, Sanford will advance.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been their ability to basically stop Appo to do anything offensively in the third and fourth quarter, and that's really what's led them to victory today.
So Bedwell drawing the and one. He'll go to the line for the extra attempt. Extra free throw off the glass for Bedwell.
Was the foul maybe on the floor? Is that why he's getting another shot?
I think that's what it was.
No, I mean, Coach Matt Wilson is... Yeah, I mean, everyone's telling the refs that it's only one shot on both teams.
But they counted the basket, though.
Yeah.
All right. Now
well, it's only one shot.
Yeah. .133 full court press. Johnson and Polk handling that. Polk getting it up to Ruby, who's going down the lane, gets it blocked and draws the foul. So now Ruby will head to the line.
It looked like he got a clean block up top, but it looked like he might have hit Carter lower in his body, and that's where the foul came from.
Ruby's first free throw hits the iron and bounces off.
Yeah, and if it's Sanford, like realistically, you probably don't need to make these free throws, but it's just nice to make them just to make sure.
Ollie Jones will come back into the game for Brandon Dwyer. And Ruby goes 0 for 2 from the line. Nana gets the rebound, puts the shot up, doesn't connect. And coming up with it for Appo is Thompson, going to the paint, passing out to Lynn Brown. He'll try from deep. That one doesn't connect. Rebound for Jones. 1:10 now to go in the game. Johnson is fouled. And that will put him on the line. Johnson's first free throw doesn't connect. Nana gets the offensive rebound and puts it back. 54-38 now. Parrish with it on the right wing. He'll drive to the lane. but the shot up doesn't connect. Lynn Brown almost getting the rebound. Sanford defense contesting. Ruby over to Polk. Down under 30 seconds now. Ruby and Johnson and Jones and Polk and Nana just looking to run it out. And they will do just that. So Sanford dominating down the stretch. And it looked close for a while, but as they so often do, Sanford picked it up when they had to.
They did. They're able to control the second half defensively, and that's really what led to them winning. The first half was it was tight between the two teams, but in the second half, Sanford really established themselves defensively and
Sanford get ready for the semis again. They will face Tower Hill, who just beat Seaford by a large margin. And what a game Sanford had, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, I think this might be they didn't play their best half, but they played a different type of basketball that they had to play. It wasn't, fast-paced and high-scoring. They were slowing it down, playing defense, and not really playing much, doing much offensively. And they did just enough offensively, got the ball to Nana. They did just enough to come out with the win.
So this was, unfortunately, the last game of the year for you and I, but
sadly,
you all can still watch the semifinals and finals games if you go to NFHS Network and check that out. Tomorrow is the girls semifinals, and then Thursday is the boys semifinals against Tower Hill. So look into that. Should still be fun to watch.
100%, yeah. I mean, you saw Sanford, they're a good team, but they're playing Tower Hill on Thursday, and they've had two tight games with Tower Hill so far this season.
For our whole crew, Jazz Spencer, Michael Lickis, Maggie Ross, John Fritz, and of course Toby Coker, I'm Jeremy Carr. Thank you.